Let's get ready to talk sports, entertainment, and innovation. It's time for SEICon Shorts.
Welcome, everybody, to an exciting super SEICon Short this week. Very proud and excited to have a great friend and one of the amazing leaders and performers in the world of football and sports, Shaun King. Shaun, it's great to have you on with me. Thank you for joining.
Hey, thank you for having me. And I saw the wordplay super. It's Super Bowl week. It's the ultimate American sporting event. I mean, the hardest championship, in my opinion, to win. It's in
Yeah,
the city of Las Vegas. What could be better?
buddy, that's a big statement from you because it pretty much won all through your life, and we're winning having you on. And look, I couldn't help it. Looking at Super Bowl, I had to have the backdrop be in my house bar, and I know you had no drink January, so you might have been at risk over here, but you're fully welcome to come over and have some sample with me now that we're into February.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to get over there sooner than later. I promise.
Well, congratulations on your strength in January. I never set that goal, and I didn't come close to meeting your discipline. So February will be another month for me. But listen to my backdrop. I have my Toby Keith guitar and his platinum record, and want to give a shout out to our guy up in heaven. Toby's an amazing human being, really cared about people, and know I had a lot of his music meant a lot to people around sports. And I first want to thank the Lord for being able to have the pleasure of having him somewhere in my life, and wish him the best. And we think of his family. So thoughts and prayers to the Keith family, and give thanks for everything he's been for so many across the world. So just want to start with that, Shaun.
I mean, he played a small role in a lot of the viewing NFL
Yeah,
football entertainment aspects. Never got a chance to meet him personally, but big fan of his music.
yeah. A good friend and one of our SEICon main speakers is Nancy Lieberman, and I just think she's probably one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met. Nancy's family and the Keith family were very close over the years, and I know Toby was very supportive of her Dream Corps programs for communities, and bringing together community service people, young adults and children growing up through STEM programs, etc. So again, a lot of people like yourself, you do a lot and people don't hear about it, but God forbid you jaywalk. That's gonna get all the attention. But
Well,
another
I was raised to whom much is given, much is required, and based on the different prominent people that talk about Toby and what kind of person he
yeah.
was and how he helped others. Man, you can only imagine what a great person he was.
Yeah, well, again, you walk that talk yourself. So, listen, talking about Super Bowl, I've had the privilege and the pleasure to be around a lot of Super Bowls, and usually for people in the business, as you know, it starts a long ways out from the actual game day, regardless of who the matchups are going to be. I have to wear my Detroit Lions hat because I'm not past it, and I'm a conscientious objector. No offense to Kansas City or the 49ers, but I'm not done wearing this hat.
Well, I'll tell you this: we're happy to have San Francisco,
Yeah,
but I get the feeling Vegas would be a lot more festive a lot sooner if the crew from Detroit had found a way to win a game in which they really outplayed the 49ers. But
yeah.
that's why they play all four quarters. But it's a lot of Detroit fans here in Vegas.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, listen, I know we're focused really on the business of the Super Bowl, and traditionally, a lot of people come to the Super Bowl for March Madness, for the Derby, for a lot of these premier events. They love to be here, love the gaming and all the action around, even watching these events. And the city sells out for Super Bowl, regardless of that Allegiant Stadium and these fans coming. So, as you look at it, it's an interesting dynamic that the city can look at this and say, we're already sold out. Now this is all here. But you do look at the economic impact of the Super Bowl experience, fundraising fashion shows, the Super Bowl gospel celebration, and the amazing, there are a lot more dynamics to this that people don't necessarily catch unless it's in your hometown. And, a lot of special things, a lot of nonprofits, a lot of community work happen in that respect. As you know, Jay Vickers, working over at UNLV with sports innovation. It's the first time ever that the Super Bowl has uh, actually had paid internships with students. And there's been a great partnership with the United Way, with UNLV, and with sports innovation with Dr. Nancy Lowe and Jay, where our students actually are getting paid and have been for some time to help to shape and develop programs. And I think the big point that Jay made to the NFL, it would not be inclusive because a lot of these students are first generation. It's the most diverse university growing in the country, and students can't afford to be doing all this and get their education. They have to have jobs even to get through. So I thought it was very inspired that the NFL saw the unique opportunity of UNLV, and I think Jay and the United Way locally really did a super job of bringing that together, and hopefully it paves the way for the future for other future people that will be in the sports entertainment industry.
Yeah, and if you can spark, one young person, to going to be, even greater than their current dreams because
Yeah,
of some interaction they have, during this kind of magnificent event. I mean, it's all worth it. I believe that sports is the glue that connects and holds communities together.
yeah,
And Vegas just happens to have almost every sport. I mean, the Golden Knights, the
yeah,
Aces, the Raiders. So it's a community that really believes in and supports and loves sports. And UNLV, it's becoming like that fourth, professional sports team. I mean, their
yeah,
football program had an excellent year. So I'm excited for everything that Jay has going on
yeah,
over at UNLV. And for the people in the city of Las Vegas, and for the people, as you mentioned, that come to Las Vegas for Super Bowl anyway, because a lot of the casinos have their, high rollers come in, they throw parties and events. What makes it special when it's in your city is you actually get to touch some of the
yeah,
celebrities and stars that you grew up rooting for that you see on your TV on Sunday. So it's going to be a great, great week of events and weekend, culminating with the game on Sunday.
yeah, absolutely. By the way, you said lightning. I think you were channeling our friend Corey Long on that one.
Well,
So
I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, so I root for all the home teams. So sometimes I get confused.
yeah, well, we've had a few hits to the head, so we're going to be excused for that. So, well, listen. As you look at it, I know you look at the org chart. You have your official Super Bowl events. We all know what those are, and they're amazing and top flight. And then you have the Manning family coming in with some of the pre-events. Now, as they're kind of reimagining what the Pro Bowl looks like, and I think well deserved that they should. But then you look at from the official events to the nonprofit events, some of the agent events. You think about the Steinbergs of the world and Sports Illustrated, a lot of the legendary events. For years in today's world, I'm not sure what it looked like, but we did Penthouse with Snoop and had some amazing parties in Detroit and Miami and Arizona. And, there's always a lot going on. And the challenge that we always found was, and it's true, you've never seen such a concentration of people who either are celebrities or think they are. And,
Right,
and
right.
either way, they're not wrong because that's what they believe. And, it's hard when you see an all pro guy standing outside of a $1,500 gate fee, entry fee to a party saying, why aren't I being let in? And you have to say, well, last I checked, I paid to come see you play. I said, don't you?
Right,
Yeah, we're both performing here. So it's tough because you got to watch out. We got to watch out for our own, but at the same time, our own also includes our family and our personal balance sheets. And when you're putting together parties in a city, Las Vegas, it's not cheap. It's a lot of work, and there's a high bar because everybody's programming something pretty special. And I can say, getting together with you and looking at Tap and Ash and an amazing place that it is and the purpose of that business and what you see there and how you shaped what I think is one of the best events people should be knowing about in Las Vegas for tomorrow night is the event you shaped. And I wanted to give you a moment to talk about that. And then I know also with Tailgreeter with Nick and with Mirko on Sunday,
hmm
you've got a great event coming up at Virgin. So I just wanted to let people know that with all these events going on, I think you quite frankly have perhaps the best event in the city that people should be knowing about.
And what I found, Shaun, and this is just through experience, success and failure. For those that don't know, I was a member of the Bucks' first Super Bowl team back in '02 that won in let's call it a woodshed of the Oakland Raiders at the time, now known as the Las Vegas Raiders. And
Yeah,
I've gone to a bunch of Super Bowls, and I've been to a lot of Super Bowl events and parties. And I think sometimes when the parties are too big, it's overwhelming. Sometimes when they're too small, not enough people get in. I think I have the perfect little middle spot, and
yeah,
it's an intimate setting. It's going to be hosted by Latasha from Escape. Who can I
yeah,
run to when I need love? So for all of you old R&B folks out there, come through. Brandon Conway, I mean, he's going to do live performance. But more importantly, a bunch of NFL Hall of Famers and current
yeah,
superstars that are going to be at the event. Warren Sapp,
Yeah.
Jerome Bettis, Marcellus Wiley, like a bunch of people are going to be there. Terrence Crawford, if you're a
Yep.
boxing fan, is coming through. Nelly, if you're a musician. So we
Yep.
got a very eclectic group of celebrities. And I wanted an event where the celebrities would be comfortable, just hanging out and kind of having a good time with
Yeah.
some people that want to, smoke some fine cigars,
Yeah.
participate with some fine high-end drinks, and just have a great evening. So that is this Thursday, February 8th at Tapper Nash. Tapper Nash is owned by the wonderful Michelle and Melvin. They're
Yeah.
awesome, solid-of-earth people. I want you to come by and meet them. You can go on my Instagram at Coach Shaun King.
Well, that's awesome, Shaun. Look, I will tell you, I'm going to be there, and I'm glad you handled that riff because if you didn't, I was going to, but I'm not sure it would have come out quite the way you did it. So thank you for that. But again, you think about Tapanash and the businesses building around that. What I really like about it, first of all, it's first rate club membership. When you think about from between North Vegas and the I guess the more mainstay part of the strip, standalone buildings, private club membership, and I love ownership and the vision there. So I'm grateful that you introduced me to that you're supporting that venue because it's one of the best known, or it should not be a secret in this town. It's really amazing what they've done over there. And again, going back to your on the field experience, it's not something I was fortunate enough to be able to do, but anyone that's ever played the game at any level would find that to be overwhelming. I have had the chance to be at several Super Bowls, and we've done some of the more high profile things with people that have money to burn, and it's kind of crazy, And I would just tell you again, without using names, not allowed to, but and you're hearing somebody getting a free suite for 20 people at Hard Rock Stadium at the time, and it's $125,000 value, and they say I can't have it. It's embarrassing. I need better. I could tell you we got a suite for this group at the 30-yard line for $700,000, and I was nervous to hear what they were going to say, and they said thank you very much, but if you could do better, please do. And at the end of the day, it literally was going through the Orange Bowl committee to Steve Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, to get to what was the 45-yard line suite. And I can tell you it was over seven figures and police escorts and all kinds of celebrities and the mix of what you could imagine. And they said, thank you. If you could do better, please try. So there isn't better in the
Right,
world outside of maybe you're playing or you're kicking
right.
off. But the money from a corporate perspective or from the high net worth perspective, we've had the chance, at MetLife having Saudi royalty and all kinds of mixes with a lot of high profile athletes and entertainers. And it's always great to see the Super Bowl kind of brings everybody to a human level. It's the biggest stage. It's the best and the brightest. And yes, it's about the game. And people who bet, it's about those things too. But I think for so many, it's really a gathering point and a reunion point, as you spoke of earlier. It's really about the human experience in sports, breaks down those barriers and brings friends and new people together. So, so I think for Vegas as well, we see it. This community is very proud to have a Super Bowl because not long ago, no one would even come to Vegas from a league perspective because of the gambling. So a lot's changed pretty quickly, right?
It has really fast, and I think it's changing for the better. And the Super Bowl, people say that it's costly, but really, it's the lifelong experience,
Yeah,
that you're participating in. I tell people this all the time, and it kind of mirrors what the NFL is in the space of professional sports and what the Super Bowl event is in the space of elite celebrity opportunities from an event standpoint. There's no other professional league that has the parity of the National Football League. The
yeah,
Detroit Lions went from, 2 years ago being maybe one of the two or three worst franchises in
yeah,
NFL history to being in the NFC Championship game. And every year, every fan base has that same excitement and level of
yeah,
anticipation. So this game kind of is a manifestation of hope. And so people have
yeah,
waited their entire lives supporting the team, and to get to come and experience it is a wonderful thing. And then when you get to the upper echelon from an economic standpoint, if you want to show out and show up,
yeah,
what event does the highest ratings every year? It's the Super
right.
Bowl.
Yeah,
So if you want to be here and be seen, this is the event to do it at. And unlike the other sports, it's a one hitter quitter. It's not a
yeah,
best of seven. You don't have to
yeah,
switch cities. It's, hey guys, get it done today or
yeah.
get ready for next year. So I know
No,
the prices can seem absorbent, but I'm telling you, the experience is one that'll last a lifetime.
No, exactly. And it was interesting. I saw a stat today from Joe Pompliano, who does some amazing posts, great sports
Hmm.
guy. And he actually had stated something that was amazing to me. I guess not surprising, but Rihanna's rating, it was the record ratings for the year Rihanna did the halftime show, and she outdrew the game. The game was a record rating, but her halftime performance beat the performance of the on field. So it does really speak to the entertainment values.
I can't imagine this year. Usher's made a
Yeah.
miraculous
Oh, yeah.
comeback. I mean, he had a residency here in Vegas, and people were flying from all over the country. He's doing the halftime show.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, it's going to be spectacular. And the great thing is, it's indoors, so I
Yeah.
know it's been a little cold and rainy so far in Vegas this week, but on game day, you don't have that to worry about. I will say this, Shaun.
Yeah.
On Sunday, if you aren't going to the game, I'm participating in a wonderful event over at the Virgin Casino,
Yeah.
formerly the Hard Rock Casino. It's going to be a Super Bowl day party. I think the event starts at 11:30, if I'm not mistaken. You can come over,
Yeah,
hang out.
12:30 to 6:30.
12:30 to 6:30.
Yeah,
The admission includes food and drinks, so you can come
yeah.
over, hang out, watch the big game, have a great time doing it. I'll be there. You can come
Oh,
up, say what's up. I
I
might
like
even have like a passing competition or something. 'Cause I know a lot of fans think that they can outthrow the old fella, but I still got it.
Look, if Usher can make a comeback, why can't you? Uh, so listen, if you go to Tailgreeter, TAILGREETER.com, and by the way, it's not just for the Super Bowl. It's great to see you with the great folks there. They're doing a lot of things around college and other
Hmm.
premier events, basketball, college football. So as you want to go to an event and you want to do a sign up to go to an event, much like what you're doing here, or create your own, Tailgreeter really has a great concept. It's been growing and been very successful. Great ownership there. So really recommend that you get to know Tailgreeter. But the last thing, Shaun, I know you talked about a comeback, and for a lot of athletes like yourself, it's always reinventing your career. And a lot of people may not know that you've been a very successful college coach. You've been a very successful on-air personality, but then you've also been a gaming and statistics prognosticator. So you've kind of hit all the points. So where do you want to be when you grow up? I know being in Las Vegas now, we're grateful to have you. I think you're really emblematic of, I think, the right direction we're going, and continue to attract amazing people. But what's next for you? What's important, and what are you working on, if you don't mind?
Well, I want to continue to just get deeper and deeper roots and embedded here in the community in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I met a bunch of great people, you, Jay Vickers, and people, and I just want to continue
thank
to find ways to give back and help this next generation that's coming behind us, and make sure that they're prepared and motivated and have a great, clear vision of what it takes to be successful from a work ethic standpoint, from a planning standpoint, and from a plan of action. So on the broadcasting side, I want to call college football or
you. Yeah,
NFL football games.
yeah,
It's so frustrating, Shaun, when I'm watching a game
yeah.
and I'm watching a completely different game than everybody around me. And
Right,
why am I not on the television right
right,
now so that I can clarify what exactly the viewer is watching and
right.
do it in an entertaining but also clear and concise way? So that is ultimately my number one objective.
Beautiful.
If the right coaching opportunity presented itself, I would give it a strong look. But I think I was built to call football
Yeah.
games, and that's what I want to get back to doing.
Well, look, you know this. I don't think you've ever fallen short or settled for anything less than what you set out to do. So I would tell you, you have a fan here, and you got a lot of supporters and friends that you've made in a short period of time here in Las Vegas. And I know you've got a lot of regard and respect across the country. So I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. And I want to wish you the very best with your event tomorrow night. And we'll be sharing this out. By the way, if you're on LinkedIn, I know a lot of our industry is here. I think this is really an industry caliber event. If you're in the sports entertainment business or want to have the privilege of being in an intimate setting around some great guys like Shaun, we'll be sharing that out. And again, grateful to have you on. So excited for this weekend for you, and we wish you the very best.
Absolutely, Shaun. And listen, I'm not going to give a prediction on the game. All I hope is it comes down to the last drive of the game, and whoever has the ball is successful. Just
Come
give us a
on.
great game. Just give
Come
us a
on.
great game.
Really? Okay. Well, I kind of wimped out on that one because I've been talking about RG3 in some of his podcasts. He would never let you get away with that. I'm just letting
Well,
you know.
again, I love both stories. I love
All
Mahomes'
right.
pursuit of Brady, but then I love the Brock Purdy story. Seventh round pick,
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that's like? Just a quick story.
Yeah,
I was drafted 50th in the NFL draft, and
yeah,
I felt like I was a failure
yeah.
because of the amount of time it takes to get from the first pick to the 50th pick. You're sitting there
Right.
and you swear
Right.
that every selection you're better than them.
Yeah,
So to have to sit to the seventh round and but to not give up, to stay focused, and to be ready when
yeah.
the opportunity presented itself. I'm a big Brock Purdy fan as well.
Yeah, I'm all about that. And look, as you know, uh, leaving college to the NFL is a whole nother story and a whole nother science. And anybody that gets drafted, period, is amazing. And anyone gets a chance even to give it a shot is at another level. So I think a lot of people don't really understand just getting to there and having that chance and having your time. It says you're exceptional. Unfortunately, you're all tough on yourselves, and sometimes the people around you don't get it, and it's unfortunate. But again, blessed to have you on here. And any last words?
Yeah, man, everybody be safe out here in Vegas. Have a great time. Hopefully, we get a great game on Sunday.
All right. And by the way, everybody, proud to have you here. Las Vegas loves you, and you make us a better place. So, and by the way, the snow has stopped, the rain has stopped. It's actually sun out here, so I think you'll get more of what Vegas is expected to be. So, don't bring your snowshoes. All right. Take care, Shaun. Thanks.